in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mack? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my bar's mine. My tracks flame like a Dalude. I on the floor on my tongue. Digging into raw glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spark then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around. Get stupid then you go dumb. No rest for the weary, or versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up, but took a knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, come be brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you Decepticons. Fake rappers to the streets like Cobra. 80s they can throw they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, then I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans, get defeated. Hot in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like Maracas, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man, Dre Mack, coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Bank Show, 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Wonder Man. Wonder Man. We're going to talk about Wonder Man. I finished it today. Give you my thoughts, my reaction to it, you know, what I would rank it, and all that stuff. And kind of get into what I think Marvel should do going forward. So we're going to get into that today. Hopefully you guys are happy. This is going to be non-spoilers. As much as non-spoilers as I could possibly do. No promises. I got my hands up. No promises. But I try to keep it as close to non-spoiler as possible. But anyway, hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant React channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? energy. I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. While I'm over here being Max Headroom over on the on the sell side, I actually rewatched that. They are doing people that create. This is the only thing I don't like. They created this whole My Scenes thing and turned around and did a mobile version and did not incorporate that into the look of it. They didn't incorporate that in there, which is wild to me. But yeah, there's gonna be no spoilers. But I came in no promises. But yeah. Quasimodo, what's going on? Good morning. Wavy Things, good morning. Marley Mars in the house. Good morning. Krisha Key. Good morning. True Avenger, what up? Good morning. Junior Network is in the house. Good morning. Q is not a robot, the admin. Good morning. And shout out to Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, I'm praying for you guys, praying for the people out in Minnesota, especially with all the stuff that's dealing with ICE and all of that, man. Most definitely going out. My prayers is with everybody. You know, just be safe out there as much as you possibly can. Michael Johnson, good morning. The X-Men, Xavier Phoenix, good morning. The admin, Robin D, is in the house. Y'all already know. Make sure that you smash that like button like some of y'all be smashing them buttermilk biscuits with the honey sauce. Don't think I don't know. I know. Savage Cabbage, what's up? Good morning. Justice No, good morning. Erica D, aka She Loves Fantasy. Good morning. Let me see. Abundance, good morning. No spoilers. Not gonna promise that. The Black Bleach, what's up? Good morning. Nice to see you back in the chat. Miss Roberta, the church auntie. Ain't gonna be no cussing today. None of that. Not in no chat. Not coming out of my big lips. Love these lips though. But yeah, so you know, we're gonna do it. No spoilers, but ain't gonna be no cussing. Let me see. Judah Ben Israel, what's up? Good morning. Not Drake could have been the door. We are full. I gotta talk about that though. Actually, it's a good I'm gonna get to it because y'all gonna make me start talking and I'm gonna shut the flub up right now. See, I was about to. The cussing spirit was on me, Miss Roberta, but you see, I rebuked it. All right, it is. What's up? Good morning. Nice to see. I you know what? I like when you in the chat because you always give me pushback, and I like that. Sometimes I do like the pushback. You know what I'm saying? It gets me pumped, gets me hyped, gets me on my P's and Q's. You know what I mean? You see, this is all cloud storage up here. You know what I'm saying? It's why my forehead's so big. It's not the brain, it's cloud storage. It's Kendall. What's up? Good morning. Nice to see you up in the chizat. D Stizzle, the admin. What's good? Good morning. You know what I mean? So make sure Inez, you keep throwing them jabs so I can be, you know what I'm saying? You keep me on my toes. Because I already know aggressive relaxing is going to come in here. I already know that's going to happen. I believe aggressive relaxing is coming in here. You know what I'm saying? And I need some pushback. Matter of fact, I need some Blue in here. My boy Blue go give me some pushback because he wanted me on the show last night and I had to work. I love you too, girl. I appreciate it, but I need you to give me some pushback today. I need to wake up. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sleepy. I've been working my behind off ever since we got back to work. We've been working a little over 11 hours a night. Straight work. You know what I mean? Oh, I am not lying. I am shot. But it's all good because this is what I do. You know what I mean? My girl Tina, aka Minty Gasm. Shout out to Chi-Town. I'm taking a weekend trip to Chicago when it gets warm. because I won't go there in April. I go there in June when it's nice and hot. But I will be taking me a weekend trip to Chicago. So when I go up to Chicago, all my people that's in Chicago, make sure that you let me know. So when I come up there, we can be able to link up somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I will be there. I will be there because I haven't been to Chicago in years, and that ain't number the 8-hour drive for me. You know what I'm saying? Past St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? It's either Memphis or it's either Memphis or Chicago, but I want to go to Chicago. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'm coming up there, you know what I'm saying, for the weekend in probably May or June. Real talk. So, if anybody in Chicago, let's make sure to hook up. Dude, Wally Ward is crazy. I mean, honestly, dude, when I literally tell you, let me see. I come here, I go to work. Hold on. Let me take that back. Okay. I go to work at 6. I'll work all the way until about 5. But we're talking about sometimes because of what I do and what my skill set, I don't really take breaks. You know what I mean? I got you. As soon as we get it, I got you. I got you, Tina. I'm gonna rap with you and let you know when I'm coming into town. You know what I'm saying, for that weekend. So I'll let you know. But yeah, so I work from 6 to, you know, without breaks and stuff like that. You know, it'd be 4:30, 5 o'clock and stuff like that. Then I get off, prepare the show here. Hopefully I don't fall asleep and oversleep like I did for Blurred AF. You know what I'm saying? And then do the show till 9, take a shower, go to bed and do it all over again. You know, I'm off on Mondays, but Tuesday through Fridays. You know what I mean? Then I started that other job, which I'm sorry is hopefully ain't nobody watching from that other job, but I'm probably never coming back. I'm just being honest, because business has picked up, and you know, there's a guy, one of my guys is thinking about retiring. So they've been having me working. Let me put it like that, working. You know what I'm saying? Just in case something happens, you know, I might slide in. So, you know, I'm very blessed though. Went through some hard times, but I'm very, 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 very blessed. You know what I mean? So that's all that matters at the end of the day. All right. Let's do this. Let's transition over, because you already know I got to shout out all my crew members. You guys are freaking awesome, because I have no idea. You know, some of you guys paid the $2.99 to listen to me yap. I don't get it yet. You know what I'm saying? But somebody said I was ugly and I couldn't read well. That's jacked up. So I appreciate y'all to come in and let me know the same thing. All right, let's shout you guys out. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. I appreciate it again for all of my crew members. You already know what it's time for. We got to stop and pay for these biscuits real quick. We got to take a commercial break so we can get prepared for this one-to-man discussion, you know, and I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show. Don't go nowhere, and I will be answering your questions when I come back.
Knight Rider will return after these messages and station identification.
Scanman, he's Scanman, not just your Bruce boyfriend. If you cross him, you're a dead man. You heard
heard he was gay. No way, sister.
Who's that man? He's that man.
The Knight Rider Power Cycle with Kit on the Pretend Instrument Panel.
Here he comes.
There's something special happening at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fresh buttermilk biscuits made from scratch. Our chicken head biscuits a perfect match.
Taste so good, make you want to slap your mama for real. Man, I slap your grandma, I slap your auntie.
Good idea. Playing horsey with your little sister. Bad idea. Playing horsey with your Aunt Bertha.
Let's see who's bad, man. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. I'll show you who's bad. Come on.
You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken boo.
Now the conclusion of
I hate how they talk about you. Everybody thinks you're just a freeloader. They don't know about...
They can't know. They can't ever know. If my cover's blown, we're both dead.
Do you like the car? It's for you.
What's the occasion?
I can't believe you forgot again. It's our anniversary. We've been engaged for 15 years.
You know, I'd marry you tomorrow, baby. But it wouldn't be fair. Not to you or to the free world. Well, look at you.
This is it. I can't believe it. After 15 years, we're finally going to consummate our love.
Damn. This is Stedman. It's the commissioner.
Sorry,
what? Professor Haight? He's escaped? Damn. What? The French Riviera. Now? Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Damn him! Damn that Professor Haight!
He's escaped? Again? Can't they build a prison strong enough to hold him for at least one night?
He's diabolical! I must go.
Can it wait just 1 hour? I want it so bad. 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Believe me, when we finally make love, I'm gonna take my time. It's gonna take all night long. But right now, I'm gonna need some money.
How much?
Let's see. French Riviera. In the house. Wardrobe. Disguises, special weapons, laser glasses, speedboat, armored helicopter.
All I have on me is 1.3 million.
That'll have to do.
Oh, darling, what kind of life is this?
Oprah, darling, you have to be strong. There's more at stake than just you and me.
Here's something to read on the plane.
Thank you, darling.
How about a kiss?
Of course. Close your eyes.
Oh, Stedman.
Can't get enough of that Stedman. He's diabolical. I gotta go. All right. Now, okay. Read some of these comments real quick. Because I think wait a minute, no. Appreciate it, Blue. Appreciate just putting the work in. You know what I mean? That's what I do. You gonna see me an album. One thing I'm gonna tell you now. This is what we went through a few years ago with StreamYard. They don't like the mute. I don't know what it is with StreamYard, but they have a real problem. They have a problem with doing that with the music and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Don't know, but there was a whole big thing with them, and it's the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you personally, you send me your album and let me listen to it. I tell you personally, but the algorithm, you know what I'm saying, for an album and stuff like that, it's just, it doesn't work with what we do here. So, but I appreciate it. Just send it to me, and I'll listen to it and I'll tell you what I think about it. Dan the Man, what's up? The Wonder Man, y'all never saw him coming. They didn't advertise it either. Let me see. Oh yeah. What's biscuits? Do they have biscuits in the Caribbean? Is she is biscuits from what's Caribbean biscuits? That's what she is. I don't know what. I don't know, but somebody got to get her man out. And if I gotta be maggot to get my, if I gotta be maggot to blow somebody out the joint, or clear case. You know what I'm saying? I'll be MAGA. Boy. Woo. Yep. That butter biscuity. Boy. Let me see. All right. Is it Malachi? Is that how you pronounce it? What's going on? What's up? You watched something that was diabolical, but it's the stake of the free world, especially when it comes to Oprah. Baby, I will marry you tomorrow. And that is the latest man. Yeah. You thought the show was going to set up back Black Panther? That's funny because I didn't even think nothing of that. Hey, Mika G is in the house. I ain't got to do that in a while. Mika G is in the house. I'm Mika G. They got KFC in the Caribbean. Well, she's Caribbean Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nimes, what's up? All right. So let me preface this show as a former theater kid, someone who lettered in theater, had a scholarship for theater. It's funny, I had a scholarship for theater and football on the line. Jack that up. But here I am. You had a birthday? Wait, what birthday? I ain't see no birthday. Wait, I skip your birthday shot. I ain't see no birthday shot. Where? Hold up. Let me see. Blue. Blue. Let me see. That was dope. Blue, appreciate it. Hold on. I'm going back. Hold on. Let me see. Hold up. I didn't see it. Mr. Alec Bulan, I missed yours. What's up? I probably said that wrong. You got a birthday shout out? I do not see it, but you know what? Happy mother birthday, Blue. You better be glad I ain't got the cussing spirit because Miss Roberta is over here making sure she bless the screen, the TV set, all of that with the anointing oil of Jesus. Happy birthday, Blue. Now I wish I was on the show so I can annoy you the whole entire time, making birthday noises and other things. You know what I mean? Happy birthday from us and me and you. Happy birthday, bro. Happy mother loving birthday, because we doing the BET version, not the uncut. Oh man, happy birthday. But yeah, shout out my man Blue out in the comment section. He made sure before I got to talking, you know what I mean, forgot me. All right, let's go. All right, so let me preface this again. Let me start back over. As a theater kid, a former theater kid who lettered in football and theater, went to state in improv acting, actually won third place. I was jacked up. We got snubbed like Bill Belichick. I can enjoy this show. Because it literally shows everything when it comes to acting and how Hollywood works. Even the meta commentary on race swaps. I'm saying this is because y'all know the synopsis of this show, right? Even the preface of race swaps with the character, because in the character of Wonder Man is a fictional character. It was a movie from the 80s that Simon loved, and he wanted to be that character no matter what. And there's a scene where the director is saying, I see no one else but you in that role. And sometimes, because I have to preface this. As much as we don't like race swaps, or I said we, as much as I'm going to speak for myself, because a piece of me does not like race swaps, because I want people to have their own characters. I want them to have their own characters so you can stop complaining. But another piece of me as an actor. These are all fictional things, unless the race in the background identifies with a certain characteristic, like someone that's Jewish or someone that's, a Black American or whatever, or even a white American that lives in a certain place where, ain't no Black people around. There's gonna be white folks. You know what I'm saying? It's the white American experience. I want them to have their characters so they can experience their themselves in these characters. And sometimes you do hate it when you pull up a comic book and the person does not match the comic book. It's frustrating. No matter who you are, we've all dealt with that, right? We've all dealt with that. Yes, Judah Ben Israel, a little like that. Not too much Earth X, you know what I'm saying, but a little sprinkle Earth X every now and again. So I understand when he said that phrase, I understood where he come from. Sometimes you can go in and you can just knock out an audition and you want to play the character so bad. You don't give a damn about the backlash, none of that. I want to be this character. You know what I'm saying? It's a fictional character. Yes. Has it been a certain race, in this particular media? Yes. But I don't care. I want it so bad that I will take the bullets. And that I gotta respect, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Wonder Man is not one of the most popular characters in Marvel. There were people that was coming to me that know that I do this show. Shout out to my man, Jeff Piper, and a couple other people from my job. That's my guy, though. Was asking me, who the hell is Wonder Man? And they had to go look it up. And I told you, when people are interested, they're going to look it up. Hey, you got a pocket computer in your hand. You're going to go look this up. You're going to Google it, like what Mika tells me to do every time I ask her a question. She was like, you got the Googles. It's diabolical that you don't use it. Use the Googles. And then when I say I did, and she'd be like, sure, Jan. They was looking up the character, which number one, that it told me that that there were interest in this character, because they're wondering, who is this guy? Because the marketing was trash. And when they popped up and people are popping up and watching the show, and they're like, well, who is this guy anyway? So what do people do? Research. I told you. So I had, friends of mine and stuff like that that I watch that watch my show. They know what I do here. They was like, I went to go look up the character, and I was like, this don't look like the character. Who is his backstory? I'm asking Dre. I don't want to read anymore. Dre, tell me all about the character. So I went over the character, and I told them that the character in the main Marvel universe is white. In the 1610 universe, he's a white dude with a tan. You got to read the Ultimate Comics to find out. He's a white dude with a tan. He just has light brown eyes and brown hair. Like white people don't have light brown eyes. You know what I'm saying? And brown hair. Like, jeez. So when I was, watching this show, the theater kid in me got excited. I'm not lying, because I understood I understood Simon, because and I'm just talking about the show. I'm gonna get to the comic book side of that. Yeah, he was a white bodybuilder who was on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was on that stuff. But when I'm looking at it from the show point of view of what they tried to tell, they literally told a cohesive story about an actor trying to get on in Hollywood. It was filmed, and I don't know, and Blue or anybody else would agree with me, as far as cinematography wise, it was real close to Magazine Dreams. And what I mean by cinematography wise, the shots that they use in here is legitimately mirrors Magazine Dreams. That I can appreciate because I love Magazine Dreams for the cinematography, the close-up shots when you're when you're wigging out, you know what I mean, and all of that stuff. You know, the shots in the car. Go back and watch Magazine Dreams, right? Go back and watch Magazine Dreams, and then watch Wonder Man. And because it's shot in L.A., anybody can tell. I don't know if it's me. If I pay attention to this, I can always tell when a movie is shot in L.A. And the reason why I can tell is the graininess. It's this almost indie style look because L.A. is so beautiful, and the skylight. I mean the way the sun hits and all that. There's a tone about L.A. that's so undeniable. You know you're there. Same thing with Miami. When movies are filmed in Miami, it looks crisp. It looks beautiful. It looks, that Miami Vice, that look. So when I'm looking at the cinematography and stuff like that, I'm like, this looks gorgeous. The shots when he in the car and he has to drive, gorgeous. But I'm like, this looks like Magazine Dreams to me. And I like that. I like that. The Chinese theater and all of that is straight Hollywood. It's beautiful. I cannot wait to go back and go and visit my brother. You know what I'm saying, in Hollywood. And look. Blue just popped up right here on my Blue's birthday. I got to make sure on Facebook to send him a happy birthday through AI. That's my guy. You know I got him. But yeah. So I did like that. Let me tell you, the acting in this show from Yahya and Ben Kingsley is phenomenal. I'm telling you, the show. I don't even care if it was a superhero, just the show itself. We're gonna get into the comic book stuff later and what I think about where this thing is going to go further. The acting in this show is phenomenal by Yahya and Ben Kingsley. Again, I go back to the Doorman episode. The guy was not supposed to be an actor, and he played that role quite well, not being an actor that's not an actor, that's not trying to be an actor. And it showed the ugly side about Hollywood. I would tell anybody, go watch the Doorman episode and use a parallel, because I just posted this on Threads. Use a parallel to when they killed off James Evans in Good Times, and all you heard was Dynamite every episode. If you know Good Times, you know what I mean. Or if you go and watch, like I said, any black show that had a catchphrase, you know what I'm saying, and it was in the 80s was notorious for this. It showed the ugly side by making, and I talked about this yesterday, by making black people, the catchphrase, goofball, comic relief trope. You know what I mean? And after rewatching that episode, I have a little bit more respect for that. And the reason why I have respect for that episode, because it literally shows you how they would treat you. Could be a nobody one day, you could be somebody next day, and they would treat you like straight up like you're a caricature of yourself or your culture. And then once it's over, it's over. Then what you gonna do? Can't get that check no more. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? So that's why I really can dig this show, as far as the way they're peeling back the curtains on Hollywood, from your agents to the way, they try to get you in certain things that they want you in, your creative input when it comes to your character, and how they will literally kill off a character if you talk too much. You know what I mean? If you talk too much. Oh yeah. That's why. And Judah Ben Israel, you're right. When you go back and watch the Doorman episode, he was a doorman, but he was the most happiest doorman I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I believe so. I believe so. Brian Bowers, I believe so. I've never seen none of this stuff until then. But the episode literally, it shows you what they, especially with Black Hollywood, shows you what it does to Black Hollywood easily. And a lot of what was going on was funny because I had a good friend of mine who told me a similar story, except without the Diddy. You know, they didn't put the Diddy stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? But without the Diddiness. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like that part. I like the acting being key. They literally should have called this Trevor Slattery and the Wonder Man. That's what they should have called it. Because what I understand from A Mercy Awesome, they wanted to make a Trevor series and a Wonder Man series, and they combined the two and put Daniel Desecret on there. So with that being said, as far as a superhero show, no. As a superhero show, it's not it. Very great show as far as everything else, but as far as a superhero show, no. And I want to hear the Simon and Trevor. I would have took that too, but that's too close to Simon and Simon. If you know, you know. If you're an 80s person. As far as a superhero show, I want to hear the backlash from people, you know, when they calling people criminals and a already established black character. I really want to know, you know, where is the backlash for somebody else being a villain and being black? Just saying, just asking the question. Just want to know. I want to hear the backlash. I want to hear all of it. I want to hear from the grifters, all of that. Oh, why you gotta be so black? You know what I'm saying? Oh, they didn't play no hip hop music in this, so I can dig it. You know what I'm saying? And when I was watching Yaya's performance, all I could think about is he could have been Blue Marvel. He embodies Blue Marvel. And I'm going to tell you, Marvel ain't stupid. Marvel ain't stupid at all. They dumped this. You said you brought the praise for Trevor and the Wonder Man, but to say exactly. And I feel like they did more comic accurate stuff besides switching Riri's story for Spider-Man's Brand New Day story. You know what I'm saying? And switching her story to her original story, giving it to Spider-Man and giving Spider-Man's Brand New Day story to her. As far as comic book stuff, it's very comic booky. But nope. But again, personally, when I was watching his performance, all I seen was Blue Marvel. There's scenes where he's talking, and I'm like, you put him in the 1960s you can tell this story with, oh yeah, this is what I want to say. Stop. Sorry. Let me go back. Marvel is not stupid. They put this on Marvel Spotlight for a reason. Why, Dre? Why would they put that under Marvel Spotlight? Who else was on Marvel Spotlight and we ain't heard from them since? Werewolf by Night. You ain't heard about Werewolf by Night. You ain't thought about Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night ain't showed up in She-Hulk, ain't showed up in nothing. Multiverse of Madness, Madness of the Multiverse, Doomsday, Doom Wars, Doom, nothing. Why? Oh, Echo was too. Yeah, you ain't heard nothing from Echo. You ain't heard nothing from yelling in the hallway. You ain't heard nothing from yelling in the tunnel. You ain't heard nothing that even sound like an Echo. But you know why? When you put it on the Marvel Spotlight, it's a one and done. There's not going to be a season 2 of this. There's not. I love Werewolf by Night, Miss Roberta. Loved it to death. Loved it to death. You know what I mean? Loved it to death. But I mean, nope. Y'all got to peep game. They are not going to bring this character back for a season 2. What up, Free Spirit? They're not. Now, with that being said, they can always, have this as a one and done and recast Yaya as the Blue Marvel. Now, the performance that he gave, picture him being in the 1960s, under JFK. And just like how Damage Control was in this, the CIA is in this. And they're monitoring this superhero, this mass superhero called the Blue Marvel. Until they realized in the 1960s that Blue Marvel, the people in the 1960s realized that Blue Marvel is actually a black man. And they freak out. And they put Blue Marvel on ice, saying that he was killed or whatever. But really, JFK was actually a racist and did not want to promote the Blue Marvel. He goes into a stasis until he wakes up in the modern day. You know what I mean? And you can really tell this story about racism and all of that. Marvel is not going to do that because they're under the Disney umbrella. But just think about that. And the look of him being Blue Marvel, the intelligence that he can have as Blue Marvel. Him, alongside Tiana Paris, because Blue Marvel and, Photon, they're a thing. I'm just saying, I really believe that if they wanted to recast him, like, yeah, we had him as Wonder Man and that was cool. And they can, since we're in the multiverse, they can always say, oh, well, this happened, before this time, and we did some wibbly wobbly gobbly goop. You know what I'm saying? And now he's another character. They did it with Yama Chan. Yama Chan was in was a green character in Captain Marvel. She was one of the part of her elite squad that was hunting the not the scrolls, and then she turned up in and then she turned up in whatchamacallit, in the Eternals. So it's not like you can't, is well, you need to bring. I mean, yeah, of course that's too easy. That's too easy. That's too much of a layup. I'm trying to shoot from the 3-pointer B. I'm trying to have people think. You know what I'm saying? Why is he shooting from back there? Because that was the first one that happened where, she was one character one time and then another character another. So Yaya easily could have been T'Challa. He could have easily been a lot of black characters. A lot of black. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy had the Galactus actor. Yeah. But absolutely, D says, I'm 1,000% with you on that. He could have been anybody. But do they waste Yahya Abdul-Mateen? Does he come back as Wonder Man? Or is he a totally different character? You can't get talent like that and just waste it. I'm sorry. And if you think about it, Trevor Slattery has been in the MCU since Iron Man 3. He was in a one-shot, all of this stuff. Dude got more screen time than T'Challa. Think about everybody that keep talking about Chadwick. Ben Kingsley, loved him in this show. Absolutely loved his performance. He was hilarious. You know what I mean? He was, deep and emotional. He gave a lot. If you want to be an actor, rewatch his show. I mean, and as yes, Mahershala Ali is just sitting there looking stupid. And again, Mahershala Ali is a prime example. Played Cottonmouth in a Netflix Marvel adjacent, and then was going to come back as Blade in 2050. You know what I mean? What's up, Cleve 17? What's up? You know what I mean? So, what did I have a problem with this show? It did feel like a Donald Glover episode. You're right. That's funny that you said it because I was thinking about that. That's that's Doorman's the Doorman story. It did feel like missing episode for ATL or Atlanta. Why I keep calling it ATL? Atlanta. What I liked about this show, the commentary when it comes to acting. Blue is an actor. I'm an actor. Mika's an actor. There are certain things that you do. You have to be able to tap into a whole other side of you. And you do get anxious. You do get a little weird when it comes to how you I knew aggressively. I told you aggressively relaxing was gonna come in here. I was waiting. I was waiting. But because I need pushback, but nobody's pushing back. I need your pushback. I need y'all pushback. Okay. How can I preface this? The show was good for what it is. The comic book side of this is lacking. The comic book show of this is lacking. Compared to WandaVision, compared to Agatha All Alone that people said they absolutely love. What's up, Kev? AKA Bushy. That's where it's lacking at. You don't really give me you don't give me anything that's a comic book adjacent that I can see this going from show to panel to a book. Just being honest with you. It's not. It's a very good show. But as far as the comic book wise, it lacks very much. And I don't think it was made to be honestly, I don't think it was made to be a comic book movie. I believe this was made to have that self-awareness of how we go about making this stuff. And even with the race swaps or whatever, Marvel putting the mirror to himself and showing you this is kind of what we're doing. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that when you're trying to push art. When you're looking at the art, because again, you got the comic book brain in me and the art side of me. And art, they did a way better job artistically with this commentary than She-Hulk. Way better. It's still an MCU project. And where it lacks at, you're in LA, you don't mention Jennifer Walters. You don't have anything with Jennifer Walters. You have nothing in here that connects LA to a previous show we seen 3 years ago. Think about that. They had Daredevil in She-Hulk that's based in New York. And you're telling me Simon Williams walked around with all this random stuff going on through him, and there was no connection to She-Hulk? When I talk about connective tissue, when it comes to comic books, there's plenty of comic books that you will read. Matter of fact, I'm getting it should be coming today, but I'm finally ordered the Blood Hunt series. You know what I'm saying? Blood Hunt, Blood Hunters, volume 1 and 2, right? And you will always see in comic books, if they reference something from another book, from another character, it will have a little asterisk in the bottom right-hand corner Look at Ultimate Wolverine number 44 or whatever, just making something up. So you could be able to tie that story into that story. You know, there's a prime example. Killmonger being Black Panther is in Black Panther number 44 and Deadpool number 23. Both written by Christopher Priest. But it's part 1 in one book and part 2 in another book. Right? But they connect. There's nothing out of place. And there was no connective tissue in this show to anything else. And I'm tired of Marvel doing standalone stuff that have nothing to do with nothing. This was nothing to do with nothing. You're telling me you have a whole guy out here. You had like Blue say, you have a whole Dorman episode with a Dorman clause, and you're telling me, spoiler, you'll know if you've seen the Doorman, but you have this whole Doorman clause, and you're telling me no famous lawyer that's tall and green could have showed up just for a moment. She didn't even have to be in She-Hulk form. She could have been just Jennifer, so you can save on the budget. You're telling me you're in LA and that doesn't show up at all? Nothing shows up. That's where I believe I had a problem with. There was nothing that showed me that this was a comic book series besides the guy having powers. That's it. There was no third act that, you know, and yeah, I know Tatiana Maslany, you know, went bad on them. But also at the same time, you know, you could have, I don't know, recast. I've been asking for a recast on T'Challa. If you don't have a problem with her, hey, get somebody else. Just like, oh my God, the recast. If you know, in this show, the recast had me cracking up because it was a perfect setup, and I'd seen it coming from 1,000 miles away. That was perfect setup. But that's the problem that I have. The Boys had more connective tissue than the MCU has in the last 5 years, y'all. I'm just saying. If Daredevil could show up in her series, why can't She-Hulk show up in this series? To give it, so we know we're in the same universe, except for references to Captain America the musical or to Captain America himself. You know what I mean? Yeah, that recast joke was hilarious. Love that. And I got a good chuckle out of me. The show is really good for what it is. As far as comic book wise, it's not that good of a show. If I'm looking at it from a comic book, if I'm coming into this thing as a comic book fan, trying to watch a comic book show, and I read comics, this is boring. Just flat out. I'm just telling you guys the truth. This is boring if you're a comic book fan. And if you're looking for comic book stuff, this ain't it. Now, if you are an art person looking for a good show with a very great meta commentary when it comes to Hollywood, this is a 10 out of 10. Because I think they did it better, way better than She-Hulk could ever possibly do it as far as the meta commentary. You know what I'm saying? The filming was very, very great cinematography, very great emotional nuances to certain things, certain callbacks, you know, that happened in the show. You know, the twist that that happens when one character realizes what it really is and the way he reacts to that. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a character-based story, this is a great character-based story. Great character-based story that gets you understanding why this character is so likable. Why this character acts the way that he acts. He's very he's very eccentric. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what he thinks about a character or stuff like that, he legitimately reminded me of me when I was in high school, because I would read certain stuff. I'm like, okay, I understand this character, but what is this? What is the psyche of this character? What is this? What is this? I felt like this, and can I ad-lib this? And this, that was me, and I'm dead serious. I legitimately wrote my script and had to stop myself from rewriting it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm literally saying, wait a minute. What is this character sign? How would this character react in this? What is his backstory? What is this? Maybe he needs a little bit of this. But in this scene, this is I understood all of that. But everybody is not an arts fan when they're looking at an MCU project and it's called Wonder Man. That's the only problem that I have. The show, what it is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Not going to joke about that. It is phenomenal. But it's a comic book movie in name only. Judah could have kept him just being, just Wonder Man that is in a movie called Wonder Man. And roll credits. And it still would have been a good show. But was it right? Was it right to set up this character in a Marvel spotlight that just maybe is going to be a one and done? That is the problem. That is the problem. For 3 hours and 45 minutes, I got invested with a character that I'm thinking to myself, would I ever see again? Because he did it on the Marvel Spotlight and they dumped it. Turned around and got rave reviews so far from critics and the audience. And again, if an audience that is looking for, I want to see if they do West Coast Avengers. Honestly, Kate Bishop could have showed up in this show if you want to set up West Coast Avengers. Hell, Hawkeye himself, Jeremy Renner, could have showed up in this show. They connected none of this show to anything that's happening in the MCU. That is a problem. That is a problem. So I believe this may be just a one-shot. But if you have a talent like Yahya Abdul-Mateen, you gotta give him some type of work. You got to. And honestly, this interpretation is not bad of Wonder Man. I would have liked it if it connected to, like I said, with Vision and the Scarlet Witch. I would have loved if it connected to that. And unfortunately, they didn't, because there's no connective tissue here. There's no connective tissue here. And so if I was ranking this show on just a show itself, the show is a 9 out of 10. As a show itself, damn the superhero stuff. We're talking about from start to finish, the acting, cinematography, the setups, the way the story moved. Was there any low spots, high spots, all of that? Did it make sense? 9 out of 10. Again, Ben Kingsley is awesome. It felt like a one shot. Thank you. It felt like a one shot. Kind of like Black Panther 2099. Ultimate Black Panther 2099 is a one shot. Nobody ever talks about Black Panther 2099 because it's a one shot. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's a one shot. And if you know about the comics, they always had a comic that's a one shot. They used to do that all the time. To tell a story that's not connected to anything, it's just a one shot. You don't think you said not a one shot? Under Marvel Spotlight, I want to see if this character comes back, because I'm still waiting for Elsa Bloodstone to show up. I'm still waiting for Jack Russell to show back up. What about Man-Thing? Anybody that was in Werewolf by Night, what has happened to that gives me the feeling that they're going to bring that show back? Yeah. That's all I'm saying. You know. And that's true, Xavier Phoenix. I agree with you on that. I don't want it to be the end because technically people don't know anything about Wonder Man. And if this is their first Hercules, yeah. If this is their first iteration of Wonder Man, damn it, I got to give them their props. They made it a compelling story where you actually, want to see more of this guy. They did. They made a compelling story. What are they going to do with the story? What are they going to do with that? And yes, he did. Yes, he did. But they got sold out by the government, I think, to Damage Control. I think they got sold out I think Tony bought it, and then he sold it to the government or something like that because Tony's rich. He's an opportunist. So yeah, after the cleanup of the Avengers, the cleanup in New York, because remember that was all connected to Spider-Man Homecoming. With the Damage Control in here and the story that they were telling with Damage Control, honestly, I like that. And without giving any spoilers, let me just say the government, if the government builds something, they're going to put people in it. When the government builds prisons, they'll find a way to get them prisons filled. Is all I'm saying. So Damage Control, when you watch this show, you understand the motivation to Damage Control, that's on brand with the government. That's on brand with your local government, the school to prison pipeline. They really told. There's some deep cuts in here if you're paying attention. Very deep cuts. So I'm just saying. Thank you, Miss Roberta, for the channel support. Dre, Blue, and Mika are actors. Mother Warriors be acting up. I gotta go. Love you, Dre. I love you too, Miss Roberta. I appreciate it. You know what? Because Miss Roberta loved me so much, I love her too. I'm gonna give her the body roll.
Super chat body roll.
Thank you so very much, Miss Roberta. Oh man. I did hear that and nothing came from it, which sucks. Because I think you said still got that original Damage Control from McDuffie, Dwayne McDuffie Damage Control. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, there is some, if you watch the show, there's stuff in here that, again, me as an actor and now a future filmmaker, and I got my lead, my female lead in this show, and we're getting ready to start doing rehearsals here soon. We talked, we chopped it up. It was a great conversation. Can't wait for us to start rehearsing and stuff like that, and me really getting into my directing bag, my teaching bag, because I love acting. And then to be able to present that to you guys, I cannot wait. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, there's some deep cuts. It's like I said, as an actor, this show is fire. As an actor, as a comic book nerd, it's boring. And again, the comparisons to Joker, as far as it being loosely tied to something but being its own story, yes, being loosely tied to a character without being the character, and telling a story as a character study, I can agree with that. It's Joker-esque in that way. Popular by demand. What's up? Replay gang. Can't wait to see you up in here. Appreciate you. Let me see. Andre Ware, thank you so very much for the $5 super chat. So it's like Wakanda Forever, a good movie, but a terrible Black Panther story. I'm still not watching it. Black Panther's Wakanda Forever is still triggering to me. So that is, the reason why I won't watch it. That is still the opening scene. I still won't watch it. It's just too. It makes me cry, and I don't feel like crying because I don't feel like crying because they didn't have to do that, and they did it, and it's a gut punch in the face. There's a gut punch in the face. It punched me in the gut and it hit my face. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you so very much for the $5 super chat. Let me hook you up with a little bit of
gang bang, gang bang, gang bang.
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
Gang bang, gang bang.
Thank you so very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, let me see. No, this is coming to YouTube. This is coming to the channel. I'm posting it on the channel. When I do upload it, there's going to be the members will be able to see this exclusively first. Before it goes up, the members of the channel will be able to see the movie first. And it's not going to be, it's just a short film. It's a short film. Of course, we gonna holler at some people because Blue, you know what I'm saying? I holler at some of Blue's people, some of Mika's people, some other people that I want to see it, and just tell me what they think, and if then I'll be on to the next project unless something, if something happens. Holler at my boy Amari Usher so he can see it and tell me what he thinks, so yeah. Dre, did you watch the show The Studio? No, I haven't. But I did hear this is like The Studio. I might check that out. Again, I work so much and I really can't be on my where I work at, I can't stream on my phone. I can only take phone calls. So I can't really watch shows, and then I do repairs, so sometimes I don't have time unless I'm just have nothing to repair for a while. But knowing me, it shows it's far and few in between. So let me see. Right, do that experiment indie film stuff with your white characters, not the black ones and ones of color. Are you talking about Wonder Man? Or are you talking about my film? My film is black. So which you're probably talking about Wonder Man, which I understand. But I can't deny Yaya's talent. And Yaya is phenomenal in this. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, they did not have to do that. They didn't. I can't. It's hard for me to watch that without legitimately crying because of that. You said, okay, Ali Sadiq, go ahead. That's what all the DIYers do. Yup. Put it on YouTube. Y'all be able to see it first and then everybody else. You talking about Wonder Man? Yeah. A piece of me understands why they got Yaya. Because Yaya is a talent. Yaya, and he played well opposite of Trevor Slattery. I like that. I actually like their dynamic in this. Simon Williams, Trevor Slattery, the dynamic was great. And if you're looking for different scenes where you're telling a story, you do want chemistry. And when I tell you, their chemistry is amazing. I gotta give it that. Their chemistry is better in here than it ever was when Trevor Slattery just showed up in Shang-Chi. He was actually annoying in Shang-Chi, if you want to keep it a buck. When he showed up and he was just doing weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of annoying. Not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt out of place, and I get why he was there because, he was a fake Mandarin, the real Mandarin got him, and all of this stuff. I get why they did it. But man, is he great in this. He is fantastic. And Ben Kingsley been acting since forever, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit up here in front. So, if I give an overall score as a show, like I said, 9 out of 10. As a comic book property, is a 1 out of 10. Period. So 1 out of 10 as a comic book property. And I gave the same. I would give the same score to the Joker, because Joker had nothing to do with the actual Joker. But as far as I was like, what the heck? But I'm just getting some inboxes. But yeah, exactly. Love that joke too. So again, if you want to watch a good show, I would say watch this. It's a very good show. Just your comic expectations, throw it out. It's like Joker. You're not expecting Batman to show up in this. Brother Junior, what's up? I wasn't expecting Batman to show up in this, in Joker, and damn sure don't think some superhero stuff gonna show up in this. It's not gonna happen. But it's a phenomenal show, and with phenomenal cinematography and some really great acting. Honestly, they could have kept, the superhero stuff out of this, and it would have been still a phenomenal show. Could have been just called Wonder Man, and he's trying to just get a job, and it would have been a great show, personally. But I love Joker. I think Joker is a very great character study. You know what I mean? And I get why they dropped it all at once too. But again, the real question is, and it's not, are you ready? Do y'all think Wonder Man is going to show back up? Let me know in the comment section below and tell me exactly what you guys think, because I do want him to show back up. I'm not going to lie. I want him to show back up, but do y'all think he's going to show back up? Let me know in the comment section.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I got to hop in the shower and I'm sleepy. Not even going to lie to you. Free Spirit, thank you so very much for the $4.99. I don't know if you had a comment with that or not, but I do appreciate it. You said, who knows? We only heard Blade's voice. Exactly. Oh my goodness. I'm still mad about that. Are you sure about that, Mr. Whitman? I can't do it like Mahershala, but gosh, Xavier Phoenix, very phenomenal show. Not a good superhero movie. I mean, superhero show. It's not. Even if you would have run this from comic, appreciate it, Free Spirit. Man, thank you. Hold up. You sending this love. Hold up. Let me thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Cool. What can I compare this to? Like I said, Joker. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just got to know, do y'all think he's going to come back? Duran says yes. And yeah, that's the song for the Boondocks. Yes, before he got his chain snatched. So, yeah, man. Again, if I was trying to, if I say, kind of like what they do, what they used to do, you can go back, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they took the script, the original script, and made a whole graphic novel out of it, right? I could not see this, as a graphic novel with comic book panels. I'm trying to tell you, it would be for somebody who is watching, who reads comics, this would have been boring because there's really nothing happening as far as like, comic book superhero wise or comic book villain wise or nothing. It's nothing happening. So Yeah, that's the only reason why. Like I said, 9 out of 10 is a show for itself. As a comic book property, it's a 1 out of 10. And then it's ambiguous about the power set, where to get his power from, all of that, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyway, let me get up out of here, man. Tell me what you guys think, man. Just watching this on the replay, man. I appreciate you, and I thank you guys. And you put it in the comment section below and tell me what you think about Wonder Man. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe power, man. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Where's my outro at? Because you already know, Wonder Man, I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.